folks show up every year. I think you're going to like the show. We've got a lot of good material, some of the old chestnuts. We've got some new material too. Some of it's rehearsed, but it's all going to be great. And I think one thing you'll notice that's really kind of a change in this year's show is that we took a page out of the Pentagon's playbook and we approached it kind of differently. We started with faulty information, then we ignored all the experts, and then we didn't plan for the end of the show. So we're going to get off to a good start, and then we'll see how it plays out. Before we get too far, I do want to introduce a few people. And you'll notice that now, because of the heightened level of security, we are protected by the Secret Service back here. And he's our old Chris Dombrowski from Maine. We've planned for many years, but he took a correspondence course to get into the Secret Service. He provides 24-hour-a-day protection for us, so thank you for that. But Chris really is an army of one within this band, fighting for civility and professionalism. It's a losing battle, but please make him welcome, Chris Dombrowski. And on the fiddler, we have our Special Forces man. Everybody knows that everyone loves the fiddle, so anytime we get into trouble, we bring in Bloch from Vermont, and he takes over. So on the western side of the stage, from the state of Wyoming, he's a Wyoming warbler. And you may know him, you may know his books. He's written several books on cowboy parenting. It's an interesting series that he's got going. Do you want to share any of those parenting tips?
Don't stand behind a grass-fed horse.
Hey, that's parenting tip number 1. He's got a PBS series you can see where he says more things like that. So, what is happening next here?
Well, look at the set list, that should tell you.
Okay. Let's feature Marc on this number. Come on up.
Well, thank you. This is we try to play a lot of different categories of bluegrass songs. We of course have our prison songs and murder ballads, which are everyone's favorites. Train songs seems to fall into a little bit disfavor recently, but anyway, love songs never do. And here's a song, love song. It's all about relationships and communication. It goes like this. You always say that I'm to blame. Well, you should hang your head in shame. Just because you've got the upper hand. Life with you is hard to stand. How many times must we fight? It goes on till past midnight. Day after day, night after night. How many times must we fight? Well, your heart is surely made of stone. People like you should live alone. This old heart of mine you kept around. So many times you brought me down. How many times must we fight? It goes on till past midnight. Day after day, night after night. How many times must we fight? You always say that I'm to blame. Well, you should hang your head in shame. Just because you got the upper hand. This life I live is hard to stand. How many times must we fight? It goes on till past midnight. to introduce, if I could, member of the band that travels the furthest to come and do these things with us. And he is multi-talented and a barrel full of monkeys. Please welcome Chris Moore on the mandolin.
I'd like to play a song we haven't finished about 2 days ago. This is the second time we've played it out, so I'm sorry, folks, that you have to be the guinea pigs, but I hope you enjoy it. It's a sarcastic tale of bitterness, and that's true. Another relationship song, of course, and it's called When You Weren't Around. I miss knowing that you won't be coming home again tonight. I miss waiting out and wondering if everything's alright. I wish you would call like you used to do at 3 or 4 a.m. and lie as if you thought I never wanted it to end. Though every time you said believe me, did you think you could deceive me? You might be surprised by what I found. 'Cause now that you come back to stay, I think I really have to say I liked you better when you weren't around. I want you to give me back the room I have in bed at night. I want you to quit distracting me from reading books I like. And by the way, the fridge don't automatically refill. So take yourself out shopping while you're at it, pay a bill. Oh, every time you said believe me, if you think you could deceive me, you might be surprised by what I found. 'Cause now that you come back to stay, I think I really have to say I liked you better when you weren't around. Well, you keep reminiscing about a time I don't recall. Happy days in love and running free. But when you say you want to rediscover what we had, if you mean you'd be gone, then I agree. I miss knowing that you won't be coming home again tonight. I miss waiting up and wondering if everything's alright. I wish you would call like you used to do at 3 or 4 a.m. and lie as if you thought I never wanted it to end. Oh, every time you said believe me, did you think you could deceive me? You might be surprised by what I found. 'Cause now that you come back to stay, I think I really have to say I liked you better when you weren't around. I liked you better when you weren't around. Yeah. Living together is a scary thing. I have the opportunity now to introduce the banjo player, which I love to do. If you've seen some of our shows before, you know that we go head to head because I have certain feelings about the banjo and about people who might have taken it up as an instrument, because after all, who would really want to play a snare drum on a stick? I mean, what day would you wake up and say, well, that's the instrument for me? Down. No, really. But Peter, I would have to say, we love him dearly. They say music brings people together, it makes people happy, it feeds the soul, and that's doubly true for Peter playing the banjo, because, in talking to him every morning, he says when he wakes up and remembers that he plays the banjo, the rest of his life in comparison doesn't seem so bad. But he's a fantastic MC, And we love him. He's a founding member of the band. The band's been around for 19 years now. Please make him welcome from Newburyport, Massachusetts, Mr. Peter Twichell.
I just want to acknowledge, too, there are 6 generations of my family here, and maybe it's not 6. The math's sort of loose. There are a lot of them. Okay, here's a Willie Nelson tune entitled "Man with the Blues." Ready? If you need some advice on being lonely, if you need a helping hand feeling blue, if you need some advice on how to cry all night, come to me. I'm the man with the blues. I'm the man with 100,000 teardrops. I've got a good collection, old and new. So if you need a little shove in falling up in love, come to me. I'm the man with the blues. Some advice on being lonely, if you need a helping hand feeling blue, if you need some advice on how to cry all night, come to me. I'm the man with the blues. I'm the man with 100,000 teardrops. I've got a good collection, old and new. So if you need a little shove in falling up in love, come to me. I'm the man with the blues. Come to me. I'm the man with the blues.
We're playing jazz because there's no jazz allowed on this stage. That's good. So every time I get on the mic, I will tell a banjo joke. Here's a good one. Did you ever hear about the band? No. Nowhere near enough. We got a whole show full of them, buddy, and here they come. So the banjo, ever hear about the banjo player? He had the banjo in the backseat of his car. He pulled into a strip mall and went in shopping, and he forgot to lock his car. He goes shopping, he comes back out, looks in the backseat of his car, 2 banjos in there. We're going to sing a it's called Bluegrass Been Gone So Long. Peter, you want to kick it off with that banjo?
Now what you need.
Every time it rains, Lord, I run to my window. All I do is just wring my hands and moan. I listen to that thunder, Lord, and then hear that lonesome wind run. Tell me, baby, why you gone so long? Tell me, baby, why you gone so long? You gone so long now. Tell me, baby, why you gone so long? different from a Yankee because they said, this woman from Alabama said to me, in the few moments that I could understand what she was saying, usually they said, "Why not get slammed went down the trigger of a saddle, pal?" Exactly. I was like, huh? But she said, Dale, you're a damn Yankee now. I said, what do you mean? She said, well, Yankees, somebody come down here and don't like us, go back home. Damn Yankees, somebody come down here, like us, and stay. Are you tuned, buddy? It's the first time. This is a tune called Gospel Plow.
Well, I've got my hands on the gospel plow, and I won't take nothing for my journey now. Keep your hands on the plow of God. Hold on, hold on. Keep your hands on the plow, hold on. Well, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, all our prophets are dead and gone. Keep your hands on the plow of God. Hold on. Keep your hands on the plow, hold on. Well, I've never been to heaven, but I've been told that the streets up there are paved with gold. Keep your hands on the plow of God. Hold on. Keep your hands on the plow. Hold on, hold on, hold on. You know, the bluegrass is better than it sounds. Recent studies have shown that maybe it's not quite as good as it sounds, but did you hear about the okay, a banjo player's on the beach, right? No. He's on the beach, and all of a sudden out of the sand, poof, pops a genie. And he looks at the banjo player and he says, "I'm a genie. I can grant you 2 wishes." The banjo player says, "Anything?" He said, "Pretty much anything." He said, "All right, $10 million. How about $10 million?" He said, "Poof, done." "Great, man." He said, "Second wish? What do you say?" He says, "Well, you know, I got my money, maybe something for humankind. How about peace in the Middle East?" Genie looks at it and says, "Well, I mean, I'm only kind of a beach genie, and it's so, that's kind of, that's complicated stuff going on. Anything else?" He said, "Well, I'm a banjo player. Sometimes I have a hard time keeping my banjo in tune."
And the genie says, well, let's go back to the piece in the middle. This is a tune that Bill Monroe, the father of bluegrass, and Hank Williams, a great country artist, wrote together. It's called Blue and Lonesome. The lonesome sigh of train go by makes me want to stop and cry. These awful blues I just can't lose. I'm blue and I'm lonesome too. When I hear that whistle blow, I'm gonna pack my suitcase and go. The lonesome sigh of train go by makes me want to stop and cry. In the still of the night, in pale moonlight, the wind it moans inside. It's long, steep rail and short cross-eyed, but I'm on my way back home. When I hear that whistle blow, I'm gonna pack my suitcase and go. The lonesome sigh of train go by, it makes me want to stop and cry. I'm blue, I'm lonesome too.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. If you would help us quickly, we'd like to thank a member of the Fogg Brothers that isn't on the stage, and he's our sound engineer, and he makes it all possible. He takes all the worry out of it for us, so we can just worry about other things. And Gordon Willis on the mixing board. Please.
Mark, you going to sing the 90 Life in Prison?
Time for that.
Okay, good. There has to be at least one sort of Life Without Parole song in the evening. And this will be it. It's called 99 Years. One,
Well, I've been in this prison 20 years or more. Shot my woman with a 44. And I'll be right here to make 90. Well, I got 99 years for one dark day.
break after this next number, and you can go out and get some refreshments. Just before we do, I like to always point out that, you know, the Fogg brothers are distinct in their own ways. There are a lot of other bluegrass bands out there, but we try to set ourselves apart in very distinct ways. One thing you've learned in the past years, if you've been here, is that we do make all of our own clothing. That sets us apart. We also grow all of our own corn. And I think the thing that really is unique is that we do all of our own dental work, too. It's kind of a special thing for us.
You know, that reminds me of a banjo joke. How do you compliment a banjo player? Is a nice tooth.